welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Pumpkin Show. It's your girl. You already know. We here again for another dope interview, like always. I have the Real Life Street Stars in the
The Real Life Street Stars.
Real
Life Street Stars. Hey.
A lot of people don't even get to see what y'all look like. We already just see like the
handsome
light
black
bulbs.
kings.
Hey, somebody thought we was
That's
white
true.
one time.
Handsome black kings.
I would believe it, because most of the people who doing things as big as y'all, I mean, they are white. But thank you all so much for coming. If you all would like to go ahead and introduce yourselves individually, go for it.
Going down.
Rook, real life, man. You know me.
We know
real
him.
life street nigga.
Yeah, Rook is mine because that boy turned up. Bro.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know this man by now.
If you don't know Rook,
If you don't know Rook, get acquainted.
Right. Real life Joker. John the Joker. Y'all know what it is.
Joker?
Real life fast, whole name fast money, but I changed my life. So fast.
Real life fast. All right, so this is the Real Life production. This
Shout
is
out Real Life Jeff,
Street
Jug
Stars.
Jeff.
Shout out Real Life Jeff.
Oh, wait,
Shout
it's
out
more.
Yeah, Jeff and Charlie Moe, they're not here. They couldn't be with us right now, but it's 5 of us.
You're gonna
It's
accept
5
it on their
stars. Yes,
on their
sir.
behalf.
Yes, ma'am.
I know, right?
All right, y'all. So let's get right into it then. So Real Life Street Stars, for anybody who's been hiding under a rock,
Yeah.
or it's just, I mean,
Deaf,
really-
dumb, stupid, hiding up under a rock. Yeah.
and all of that, y'all gotta know who they are. You see the little light bulbs in the background, you already know it's Real Life Street Stars. You know it's straight out of Dallas. So I do want to go back. So how did Real Life Street Stars start? Let's take us back to when we first started.
Life Street Stars, like I say, is a family.
Mhm.
We all family. Started 3rd grade.
Wow, third grade.
That's
Okay,
basically it.
some long term relationship.
Yeah,
some colony.
and it's all tied into music, pretty much. So yeah,
That's what it started. So it started with music.
music. Yep.
Who picked up the camera and was like, we gonna do this?
All right, so Rook was the rapper. Fast Money were rappers, and I rap too. We all rap, but we needed video shot.
Okay.
And I was already messing with cameras from when I was like 10 years old, like doing stop motion and just doing stuff. So I was always into cameras, even when I was in high school. And Rook was like, "Man, let's shoot a video. Like, let's go." And that was back in like, hell, I want to say almost 13 years ago when we first shot our first video with Rook. And then from there, we shoot more videos. Rook got the camera. Fast Money, him and his brother. They created. We so much content, man. Google Deca Boys.
Deca Boys.
Yeah,
D's.
Google Deca Boys. DECKA. No wait, is it DECKA?
Yeah.
Yeah, DECKA BOYZ. Google Deca Boys, and you might run across some footage of just us, Deep Ellum, Nairobi's, making
crazy.
videos.
I don't know if anybody got this today, but I had a memory on my Facebook. It's me, you, and him at a table.
I got that.
Yeah.
Discussing the video.
10 years ago.
That's
10
it.
years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. And congratulations for this 10 years
Thank you.
that y'all been in it. You said almost 13.
Yeah, no, I do want Rook to tell him how Real Life Street Stars started, because that was all his brainchild.
Okay.
As far as the Real Life Street Stars, that was definitely his brainchild.
Well, it was just like Real Life Records at first.
Real Life Records, okay.
Yeah, and we were just basically just grinding, and like we had a studio, Joker. Everybody was part of the studio, and then so the mission was like Real Life Street Stars was originally for the artists, for us to get on,
Okay.
because the city was not showing us the love that we so deserve,
Definitely.
and we decided to put cameras in people's faces, right? So people could see who we were at the same time, and show people love at the same time. And it was originally to do the rap,
Mhm.
but now it's bigger than rap.
Way bigger than rap.
Who was the first interview?
First interview was Mo 3.
Man.
Well, 3. So, I mean, are we
First
talking
interview.
about like back in the day,
This is
like the
before-
10 years?
him
This
sitting-
is when it was called Real Life Blogs.
Yeah, Real Life.
Real Life
Blogs. This
Blogs.
is him sitting on Forest Lane saying, "Skinny Mo 3. I need
Skinny Mo 3.
Skinny Mo 3. Like, what's up, Rook? Like, let's
Hold
do
your
interview.
tongue, Mo 3.
Like, hey, I like them lights. Can we do interview in front of them lights? Like, yeah, let's do it.
So that's what's up. So it's 5 people on Real Life Street Stars. Y'all have Real Life Productions,
Yes.
correct?
Cool.
So what all does Real Life do besides or outside of interviews?
Well, there's Real Life Catering. You know,
Yeah.
Nah, there's
Real-
there's
Real
Real
Life Dog
Life,
Care.
Real Life Street Stars, Real Life Productions, which is our production team that we shoot videos.
Mm-hmm.
We do studio. We have a studio that we own and operate, and photography. We do everything under the sun: bar mitzvahs, birthday
Yeah,
parties,
anything under production.
anything under
Y'all
production.
do studio time as well, right?
Correct.
Yeah, we done had some dope artists come through to do studio time. Lil Flip is going viral right now with a freestyle at the city. We got one of the best studios in the city at RLP Studios in North Dallas.
I will agree. Very nice studio. I think what y'all are doing is really good. So this started some years back. So I would say, just me personally, I think you all are the biggest thing in Dallas right now when it comes to media.
Blessings,
Thank
blessings,
you. A lot of people would put us at 5.
Don't listen to none of these
recently-
lists.
Recently, we've been there's been a list.
that is, but we are number 1.
Definitely number one.
Yeah.
The consistency has been crazy. Y'all drop interviews so much. I mean, I'm subscribed to the channel, so I get the little ding, 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 ding every time something goes off. I think what y'all have done has been a genius. But I do want to know, how's it been working with like more than one? Because I know like I'm an individual team, so it's like, how is it having so many different personalities and attitudes and different opinions being brought to the table?
I personally will say it's a blessing because when you're doing something like media to where you're taking on all of the good, the bad, the ugly, you start questioning things. Like, dang, it's me. You start asking your family and they don't know what's going on. You start asking friends, they don't know what's going on. We have a nights at the round table system to where we throw issues up. Hey, should we do this? Should we touch this? Should we talk about this? And we get to talk to each other. And mind you, we're family, we're friends, we're brothers. So it's just, it's great debate. I personally, man, I mean, this has been my life from, when I was 12 years old to where I don't know where I'd be without, my brothers, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where I'd be without the conversation we have behind the scenes. So everything goes through like a conglomerate as far as we're all equal. We all have our conversations. We all discuss. So I would say it makes it better compared to just being an individual.
Yeah.
Because we can bounce things off each other. When we
And the great thing about it is you have an accountability partner, because when it's just you don't have nobody to tell you that's not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But when like we said, when we come to that table and we put out all the issues, I might think something is real. Our joker might think something is real, and Rook would be like, "Nah, that's fake."
Yeah.
Or Rook might think something is real, and I think so, and Jeff would be like, "Nah, that's fake." And it keeps us in check because it's easy, and especially in media, to become soulless because you're chasing a viral moment.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you want to get on, you want to see a check, you want it to mean something. You want your career to mean something. So you get to a point of, what do I got to do to get to that point? But when you have solid men in a room and having real conversations, like, that's not how we was brought up. That's not how we do that to each other. And let's not do it to another black man or another black woman or any individual. You know what I'm saying? So it's the accountability that keeps us.
It's real good to see a lot of black men come together and be able to create something that's so big. People not gonna give y'all flowers while y'all here, so I want to take this time out to give y'all flowers. Y'all are doing something.
We have a garden though.
Y'all have a garden, but I know people don't like to give respect until people are long gone or whatever the case might be. But I can say, me personally, I don't have too many people to look up to, right? I don't have a lot of media going on in Dallas. We don't have a big center around media and the importance of it and what it could do for our city and putting different artists on. So there's been millions of times where I've interviewed people and I refer back to you all's interviews, or there's people that you all have interviewed and I'm like, I want to interview them. So it's like,
what's one of your favorite interviews that you've seen of ours?
There's too many. First of all, there's too many interviews, but I do like the fact that you all allow people to come as they are. I see different people, they bring 20 niggas with them, or there's people who, need to smoke and all the different things. So it's like you all.
What we had to recently stop doing, though, is because these artists are getting younger and younger. And, they like to come in with their guns and their weed. We had to stop that because we don't want to perpetuate the stereotype that all young black men have guns and drugs. So we've been trying to limit that piece right there.
That's good.
And I just said that because we don't want to push the image, because for every black man with a pistol, it's a black man that's not trying to use one.
That's good. So me personally, I never seen no one with a gun, which is good. While y'all were interviewing,
That's good.
they probably would have was on them,
Right,
or it's
that's
probably
good.
one I didn't watch.
You missed those.
You're good, yeah, because nigga, what?
And while we're on that subject, I was able to do an interview with Joker this past Saturday.
That happened. It's live right now. So
It's live
Real
right
Life
now.
Joker.
So everybody can go tune into that Real Life Street Stars on YouTube. The interviews drop, Pumpkin Show. Y'all make sure y'all go tune in that, run that bitch up.
And we touched on Pumpkin's what she considers a perfect date. So I'm not gonna say what she
Yeah.
said, but go watch that
Oh,
interview.
Perfect
I need that
date.
information
Yeah,
right now.
right. Go watch that. She gonna tell you what exactly she considers a perfect
Yeah.
date.
Perfect dates,
been-
all that.
I'm finna get on my phone.
But so just to dig deep, I did want to just first congratulate you all. Y'all have been the most consistent people I've dropped. Like, I mean, it's always something.
Mind you, we're in Dallas, Texas, Dallas Fort Worth. We have over 600 interviews.
Yeah.
That's 600 interviews. That's
That is
people
a
that
lot.
either made it or not made it, but that's a lot of
That
artists
is
or
a
talent
lot.
that's coming out of the city.
Coming from a person who tries, who does interviews as well, I sometimes get caught up in the I have to ask a lot of artists when they come up here, what makes you want to stay in Dallas? Have you ever felt like you had to leave outside of Dallas to make it? Why do you feel like you got to go to Atlanta, New York, and California? And I feel like you all are laying that groundwork to be like, you can make it out of Dallas. You
Motivated a lot of people to do the same thing, which that's all we wanted was our whole goal from the beginning was to turn Dallas up, give Dallas a look. And we motivate a lot of other people to do the same thing, to give Dallas the look, like give artists in Dallas the look. And
y'all are definitely doing that. Keep doing that. There's a lot of people who's watching. There's a lot of people who relies on you all's content. And a lot of people who feel like once they get their real life interview, they've officially made it. They're officially someone.
Hey, and as of late, and we are not too not hard, but it's 100,000 people who feel that
100,000,
way.
man. We just touched that. We just touched that.
Congratulations.
We just touched that.
And we're very proud, and we want to thank everybody
milestone,
who
for real.
presses subscribe, because we know for every one person that pressed subscribe, 10 people didn't. So if you fuck with Real Life, we definitely fuck with you, and we are happy that you are part of our family because we do this for y'all.
Exactly.
For real.
So congratulations on reaching that milestone. Pumpkin will be there one day.
Hey,
Yeah, you gonna be there tomorrow.
Dallas Fort Worth.
You look better than us. You should already.
Dallas Fort Worth is turned up to where we are creating stars.
Right.
Definitely.
We're gonna be the voice of the world in a minute, man. For real.
Yeah,
They
manifest that shit.
I'm
It's
telling you,
coming.
They know.
Big on, like, I created a show just to give people a platform to chase their dreams, because I know that shit is so hard. Like, even though I did go to college, I graduated from PV. Shout out to PV.
PV. The Mecca.
Hold on. So what is your degree in?
Mass communications.
Okay.
So I knew that this was everything I wanted to ever do.
Oh, so you're actually working in your field.
Exactly.
I had to create my own lane, though. I mean, I literally begged radio stations. When I say begged, I've literally stalked VP of this, recruiting of this. I have friends. I did all I could, basically,
That's
just
what you're supposed to do, though.
to get into my own industry. And I realized out here they're not gonna show too much. They're not gonna give too much love. And I'm speaking to the radio stations. It's okay if y'all don't feel the same way. That's always been my personal opinion.
We interviewed Vita Loca, and Vita Loca said the same thing. Like, she had to, like, my God, she had to do so many things to get
you
in the
have
door.
to do
Like,
so much, and and I think it's ridiculous. And it's so, like, I wanted to change. I wanted to be a part of the change that I wanted to see in the city, right? So I got into a point where I was like, I don't want to do this shit no more. I quit. It's all politics. It's a dumb popularity contest. Them weirdos. I've done it all. So I finally realized that anything you want to do in life, you got to create your own path, and you just got to go for it. And now let's get into the fun stuff. All right.
Finally. All that serious shit. Here we go.
It's good to be serious. I just wanted to,
Rook
give
is
y'all
dressed
y'all
serious.
thing.
That's serious, man. He's straight business.
CEO.
Okay, so first of all, you said y'all two was rapping.
We all rap.
We all rap.
Y'all all rap.
Everyone in real life rapped.
Right.
Everyone.
Everybody.
Y'all got some mixtape streaming around on here or something?
We could give you some
CD Baby.
Nah.
Rook
has a discography of
he has
like
a
5
discography,
CDs.
man. Like, so start with him. You'll get all of us.
If you Google Rook right now, something's gonna come up.
Start with Rook Chess Game.
Rook.
Rook Chess Game.
So Rook, where are you from?
North Dallas.
North Dallas. Is everyone in the room from North Dallas?
North Dallas.
Yeah, North Dallas, born and raised, man. Skimming the deal, man.
North
Right off I did.
Dallas.
Yes, sir.
That's really cool. Most people I interview from Dallas, they always claim Oak Cliff. So North Dallas, this is new.
Niggas don't really be
Nah,
from
we
the
go.
cliff, though.
Hey, nah, we
Everybody
want to
be from the cliff.
As a matter of fact, I mean, my nigga, we turned up the note, so it's,
We turned the knob
it's
up.
what it is, man.
Yes, y'all are definitely laying that groundwork. What would y'all say y'all are? Would you describe yourself as like a blogger or like you know, like a media host or
We're a
you
machine.
Yeah, we're a
Right.
force to be reckoned with.
Right. A force of nature.
yeah, like you said, we're a machine.
Right.
It started with Real Life Records,
Mm-hmm.
music company, artists. We were all artists. Real Life Productions, everything under production. From it, we said let's start our own studio. We done had 4 or 5 studios. Let's produce, make videos, do stuff like that. And then of course the branch off of that is RealLyfeStreetStarz, which is interviewing other artists. There's not nothing under the sun we can't do. If there's
Right.
something that we can't do, we'll learn it.
Mind you, the only reason that the interviews came to be is because somebody said, not even somebody, Rook was like, let me give somebody a chance
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't get.
Mm.
Let me put a spotlight on somebody that they didn't. Let somebody get that shine that they didn't give me.
Mm.
When we started interviewing, it was a selfless act. We want individuals to.
Yeah,
we
you
want.
can go look on the YouTube, and I can pull up. I show you like a whole little thing, a blog of just me talking about what we're about to do.
Yes, definitely
And
out there.
it was never about.
And it manifested.
It was never about. Actually interviewing because we just liked it. None
Right.
of us are
I'm sure
in
you
journalism.
are.
We're not journalism
Take
majors.
them back. Take them back.
When we set out to our mission was, let's put on the city.
Yes.
That was the only mission.
Yeah, and I feel like when you got intentions like that, you can see the actual outcome. It wasn't just for like personal gain. It was for to give people, opportunities. And which I'm trying to do too. Everybody know my dream. I mean, my show relies on anybody who chases a dream. I'll interview anybody who got a dream and I can look them up and be like, oh, he really put money into his craft doing what he got to do. So that's always been my biggest thing. So I do want to encourage anyone following dreams. And if you got a dream you following and you putting the money behind it and the work, for sure you got a spot up here. How many interviews have y'all said? Would you say that y'all have done up to today?
It's over 600 if you go to YouTube.
We have 1,200 pieces of media content on our page right
Wow.
now.
1,200 pieces of media content.
Spending
over 600
from
interviews.
2014.
Yeah, I think one of our first interviews, or one of our first viral moments was recording Jocelyn Hernandez.
Wow, y'all got to do Jocelyn?
Yeah, her and Stevie J. That hit 400,000 quick early on. Which when we start our YouTube channel, it's like, this shit gone viral. So it's like, not saying we're chasing to go viral or anything like that, and viral is just a mentality, but the content that we give, there's some stuff that we got that to me is viral content that hasn't touched the world. Rook brought us a G Gov. To me, one of our best interviews ever.
Shout out G Gov.
We were early on, like maybe 10,000 subscribers, but it's one of the realest interviews I've ever sat on. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, I feel like we could go back and put, now that we have 100,000 fans that subscribed, I'd be like, man, some of the gold that we got, if y'all just go back and dig, my God, it's like we got some stuff. See, RPC Struggles, RP Roy Lee, man, they gave us gold. Like,
RP Hawatha.
Hawatha Heard, man, they gave us gold. So it's like we have stories and testimonies from people that interviews to me stand the test of time. But yeah, now over 1,200 pieces of content, over 600 interviews from Dallas alone. Like people be like, Dallas don't have artists. Like, no, Dallas has artists. We've got the stories. Go pull it up.
How hard has it been to be able to build the platform to where you are now compared to where it started?
Very hard.
Very hard.
It's morally challenging because Dallas, for some reason, man, is predicated on a lot of beef.
Very much so.
With the rappers, with the artists. It seems like, I don't know why, it's like Chicago, Chirac, the war in Chirac.
Yeah.
It's like Dallas is becoming a second part of that. You know what I'm saying? It's Dallas-Fort Worth. Because a lot of artists predicate their fame on beef. And then, they get out of it, but it starts with a storyline about beef. So us as media journalists, I guess you could say, you have these storylines that people inbox you and tell you, hey, we got this, we got that. It does get a little difficult to navigate those waters because, again, we have more integrity,
Mhm.
and we do have respect from a lot of people in the city. We started this platform on respect to be able to say, "Hey, Pookie, come get an interview. Hey, Mr. Lucci, come get an interview." Off top, "Hey, G Gov, come get an interview." Um, that comes from respect, of messing with people. So it's like you don't want to tarnish that respect, but it's like, man, the amount of stuff you get to say, "Oh, let me go, this to make y'all go viral if I show y'all this." Yeah, we have this conversation like, man, is this something we want to do? Is this something we want to chase? And a lot of times it's no. Sometimes it's yeah.
And then you get people being like really mad, want to threaten you, and
Yeah.
do
Yeah, you
do
got.
I can
crazy
see
shit.
that. I can see
and
that
then-
happening.
We ain't no hoes.
And then we got to revert back to our old ways.
We ain't no kind of. Hey, listen. The one thing about real life, if you pull up real life, you be like, man, I'm gonna go check them real life niggas. You pull up on us, you gonna see like, oh, okay, them niggas ain't the niggas that really test.
Yeah.
Like,
And speaking of, so do you think it's important to associate your face with your brand in what you're doing?
Let me answer that. We started off, and I want to definitely shout out to Charlie Moe, and the real Talk No BS brand, because it started off before, even with real life blogs, when we were blogging with people, and when Rook was going out and getting content on the streets. There was a portion of our entity that was a radio show, and we were in the camera, so we were doing it like this.
Yeah, for sure.
It was very successful. We went viral with I think Chris Go and Slim Thug was going at it. We're the faces of it. And we're gonna stand on anything we say. After that, we did choose to like this. What we do should be, not saying it's interchangeable, but we're not the stars of the scene. Let the artist be the star. So we chose to go from that off scene. And mind you, when we first started, we were in off of Royal Lane. Say Cheese was in 107. Sean Cotton, he was in 107. Big D, Mogul Media was in 106. We were 105. We were all three right next to each other. But when we first started, so Say Cheese, Big D, Mogul Media, Real Life Street Stars, all right there, starting in the same off of Royal Lane. And it was like, let's just not be on camera. Let's just go ahead and take it back, because you do run into those issues where you're the face of the brand. You got to stand on it.
I know that.
And hold on, let's get it clear. We don't not show our faces because we're scared. We don't show our faces because it's not about us.
Yeah.
It's about what you come to talk about, your dream, your career, and that's. If we wanted to be on camera, we could. But I mean, if we did, we'd outshine a lot of niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and that could be a problem.
we choose to keep our identities. We choose to keep our personalities, because when you come to Real Life Street Stars, it's about you. Now, if you want a nigga dancing in your back of your video, then you go to. If you want a nigga, if you want that, then you go to the other guys. But if you want to really come somewhere where it's about you and what you're doing, then you come to Real Life.
Go to Real Life.
The spotlight.
Or the Punkin Show, even though I'm being a camera, it don't matter.
Yeah.
So
she needs to be in the camera.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't ever want blogger beef. I don't think it's that deep.
The realest shit about that is it's all entertainment.
Yeah, but
as we talked about before we started, you got to choose whether you want to be integrity,
yes,
or do you want viral. And it's going to be a constant battle. That's how we had a conversation today about, do we want to go viral, or do we want integrity? And we have those constant battles. But basically, do you want to move fast, or do you want to take the slow route? But so slow and steady wins the race.
So Real Life Street Stars would rather take the slow and steady route,
because everybody in Real Life Street Stars is a stand-up nigga, stand-up man. Nobody in Real Life Street Stars is gonna fake you or shake you. We're gonna look you in your eye, and whatever we say we're gonna do, that's what's gonna happen. And it's never gonna. If you know somebody in Real Life Street Stars and they said they was gonna do something for you, it either got done or it already happened.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. They are stand-up guys. They stand on their word. That's very big, especially in the industry that we're dealing with. Yeah. So what would you all say was one of the best? And it might be different from each one of y'all, but what was the best interview? I'll let you go ahead and go first.
Our best interview is Jaguar, right? But my favorite interview
Your favorite
is
personally.
Boosie.
Ooh, that could be a good one. What would you say your favorite interview was?
One I wasn't there for, which was Red Rose La Cubana.
Red Rose.
I mean, my God. Go watch that
Shout
Red
out
Rose
Red Rose La
interview.
Cubana.
Which Red Rose is
What?
she's Mayweather's ex. She works at Girl
Okay.
Collection, but she was viral for doing the pretzel. A move that females try to conquer but can't.
We're gonna show you.
I wasn't there for that interview, but that was one of my favorites.
Why? Because there was some extra shit going on.
Just because she gave. When you talk about people could be themselves, right?
She was
definitely herself.
Okay, that's always good.
That's what you want. That's really
always
what
good.
you want. So
what would you say your
I forgot about
favorite
that,
interview
brother.
was?
Mr. Lucci.
Right.
Before he went to jail.
Right.
Before he went to jail.
That's one of the realest.
That's what's up. Miss Lucci was supposed to come on my show.
Lucci.
When he got out of jail.
Nah, Lucci. Hey, no. Hey, Lucci, come on.
Full house now.
Hey, brother. Hey, Lucci.
Pull on, Lucci.
Come on, Lucci. Yeah. We need that love.
Yeah,
Bring
for
Pookie
sure.
with you.
For sure. That was
Make it
something
epic.
I was definitely like idolizing. And I feel like y'all were kind of around for that time where Dallas was really booming and bucking. That like
No,
young
we were around
nation.
that time when Dallas was not booming and booking. Oh, you mean the boogie movement? Oh,
yeah, like that Young Nation era and like Chief Keef and like all the
Make
Dallas
Dallas
songs that was
boogie
coming out.
again.
Nah,
Yeah, I
for
feel like y'all was
real.
around for that good era of time with Dallas music where you got to really like get in deep to these artists before people stole their
Agreed.
whole movement.
Yeah,
Nah, fact.
That's a whole
The boogie movement, man, it was a beautiful time.
It was definitely a good time in Dallas.
No, mind you, hey, history. This history lesson, man. Before Lil Will made my Dougie, he was rapping with Rook before my Doug and everything. They got songs out in the studio, recording in the crib, and then to see somebody just go from recording the closet in the crib to a national movement where Barack Obama's doing a Dougie. Like we're part of that history from Dosky G, from Pookie Lucci, just that whole North Dallas movement. It's like we was there. We was rapping in that movement.
I don't know if nobody understand it, but like in North Dallas period, this young man right here is a legend. Like all the niggas, anybody who you looked up to from North Dallas area, he done either did a song with him or did business with him or whatever. So it's like we had the streets before the Real Life Street Stars. When you say Real Life Street Stars, you talking about him and you talking about Charlie Mo. Yeah. They was Real Life Street Stars.
Is that what the name stemmed from? Is that how y'all came up with the name, or
the name came from the lights. So they look like stars. So I thought, and in real life,
because we be living it.
Yeah, real life.
Okay, so who idea was it to buy that type of backdrop that you all have that's so infamous at this point?
Let me take that. All right, so hey, Pocket Show. Now this is not exclusive. We said this before, but if you don't know, we bought that light wall from a Playboy editor, Playboy photographer.
Okay.
He was off of Royal Lane. He was saying, "Hey, I'm done with Playboy. I'm about to move to Miami with my family. Y'all want to buy some shit?" So we went to a spot. We see some shit. And mind you, light wall's been used for the Rose music videos, for Lucci's videos.
It's out there. If you see that, you know it's you.
But me and my partner Jeff was like, me, Jeff, and other partner Contrell, we were like, what do we need to buy from here? And we were looking like, okay, we need that light wall. He's like, man, you can buy the light wall. He gave us a price, and we're like, we can't afford it. And I'm like, I told Joe, I'm like, bro, no matter what, we need that light wall, bro. Like, we didn't know what we was gonna do with it.
But you need
why the fuck would we let that light wall go? It's a fucking light wall. So we got it. We put it in the U-Haul, got it to the studio where we at now. We sat there. We did some photography with it, whatever the fuck. And then it was Rook saying, interviewing Mo3 on the couch in the office saying, okay, let's do this little quick interview. And he's like, man, what's up with that light wall though? Let's get the interview on the light wall. Boom, Mo3 does an interview on the light wall. He come with the name, and then Real Life Street Stars come. But so that was from a Playboy photographer by the name of Brandon. I forget his last name, but his name is Brandon. He's one of the dopest photographers out there. He works for Playboy. Yeah, that's the light.
That's
wall.
dope, because I always want to know where that light came from, because that is like you all signature. If you see that
Yeah.
light, you know
We
it's
got it
real
from
life.
a trap house.
Yeah,
Playboy.
Right, we found that hoe.
We found it.
Nah, he built the whole custom, so it's custom. So
It's nice.
try to copy.
And there's been some niggas who we be seeing y'all with y'all lights.
See y'all trying to do that
They
light
in
wall
front of y'all
shit.
background.
Looking kind of funny.
Hey, good job. Them shits look nice. But yeah, we realize street stars. But y'all got that shit be looking nice when the other niggas do it. Like,
yeah, I mean,
like-
lights are very important.
They are.
You got to make sure you have your lighting correct.
But realize street stars, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
So with Real Life Street Stars, what's the plan? Where will Real Life Street Stars be if we forecast 5 years from now? What's the ultimate goal?
Nigga.
You don't need what?
Nigga. Where
wanna hear
not
the
we
re-
gonna be?
I want to hear it.
You want to hear what we talk about daily, or you just want to hear?
Daily.
the
Alright, so,
plan?
man, listen, man. Oh my fucking god. All right, so we do so much shit behind the scenes that niggas don't. Joe Budden, right?
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden had podcast. We already worked with Joe Budden. It's already done. We did Malls.
Done. It's
we
nothing.
did Malls. We did Malls Masterclass. Done. Love and Hip Hop. We're shooting that right now.
Done.
And what are we talking about? Dallas. Does Dallas have Love and Hip Hop? Who brought it to Dallas? The play doesn't get done without Real Life Street Stars. Shout out Bebe. Shout out Yellow Beezy. Shout out Trap. Shout out Nico. Shout out Peter Guns. That play doesn't get done without Real Life Street Stars making that get done. So when you ask what is our next move, like what's not our next move? I mean, we're a conglomerate to where 10 years from now, we're talking legacies to give to our children.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about legacies to give to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Beyond our children.
Also, we have artists that we work with. Shout out Angel.
Yes.
Shout out Mellow Banks. Shout out Mozzie. These are individuals that are working hard every day with Real Life. They have jobs within Real Life, but they work hard on their own craft and they're building their brands with us. We've been blessed to work with these individuals. They have careers. They have all that shit. We work with multiple artists that are building themselves, and soon you will see all these individuals in the forefront.
Facts.
It's a lot of shit we do we don't talk about because
Yeah,
we
about
just
that
worry
action.
It's about
Yeah,
action.
it's like, who likes a nigga who says, "Hey, wait till I'm gonna do this." Oh, we try not to even show our hand like that, but we're definitely part of the legacy of what Dallas hip hop is, and that's really, I can't speak for these men, but when it's all said and done, when it comes to like what Real Life Street Stars is, it's like I want to be synonymous with Dallas hip hop. Dallas media, Dallas music.
You already have. So I think anything that adds on going forward would just be, just adding on to you all's legacy. I feel like once we always look back at times like this, they will always relate to, the content that you all were dropping consistently. And when Dallas blows up, as I believe personally will happen within a couple of years, this is who they will reach out to for any type of media events, hosting red carpets, etc. So I think that's definitely good. I do want to ask, with all of the hype and all of the amount of subscribers and amount of viewers that you all have received, what has made you all want to stay in Dallas instead of moving your craft to a bigger market like in California, New York, Atlanta, etc., where they will say that you'll have more people to interview, more things to do? What made you want to keep it here?
Rook has
in
a
Dallas?
bigger platform. Rook, what's keeping you in Dallas, man?
What's keeping you in Dallas, Rook?
It's home.
Yeah.
It's on.
Facts.
You can't, you got a home team has to win. You just stay home.
And the realest shit is, if you can't blow up in your city, you ain't the man.
Plus, that light wall is hard as fuck to move around.
Bro, what?
I can imagine. It looked pretty fucking
Mind
big.
you, and shout out Say Cheese, because Say Cheese was able to blow Dallas market up and then take his platform and move to like Chicago, LA,
Different area.
and our signature is the light wall.
Yes.
That light wall ain't just something you just pick up and go with. And we've talked about it. Like, hey, bro, let's take this whole to South by Southwest. Let's go to California. Just be out there for a week.
It's like the Breakfast Club. You gotta go to New York or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You gotta come to Dallas.
Yeah, for sure. To get on Real Life.
That's just it. We want you to come to Dallas. That's the whole point.
That's the point. I mean, it used to be a media stop for artists to come in and stop at the radio station, K104, 97.9 or whoever. We want Real Life Street Stars to be a stop for artists that come through. You know what I'm saying? If they're promoting something, if they're doing something, we want to be an entity where they say, hey, I want to go to the radio, but we also got to go to Real Life. and we want to give the city the look to show like, hey, not only with studio stuff, we also put the media on. So it's a plan. It's a plan.
You're doing everything, so I feel like it's definitely it's coming. I feel like y'all got so much. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big.
Love, love.
But you're gonna be bigger.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we need you. We need you to blow up so we can blow up.
Not facts. It's
we
all about a
we all
network.
blowing up together.
about
So, what would y'all say was one of the most difficult interviews that you ever had to done?
Nigga, what? Nigga. Y'all gonna go?
You want to go, Rook? You got anything?
Difficult. I mean,
Nigga,
I've
I
had
got one off the
difficult.
top of
So
my
I'm
head.
like, I know y'all was 600 plus. Y'all got difficult.
I'm not gonna say the young man's name.
You don't have to say no names for sure.
We interviewed a young man, and this nigga was so drugged up.
See, that's what I don't be liking.
This nigga was falling asleep literally through the whole interview. And it's like, bruh,
it's your image.
This your image, and it's like we tried to spare him so hard. We scrapped that first interview and let him come back and do another one. And he was on the same shit when he came back and did the second one. And I'm like, bro, if you don't care about your career, why should we?
Why should we? Exactly.
And that's what it always be. It's like, if you gonna come in here, because it's really about, okay, because when we do interviews, we say, okay, bro, don't talk about nothing that could incriminate you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk about nothing, because we've taken interviews down because we get calls.
Yeah.
And we get them. We get calls everywhere.
I can
you please take this down because such and such is looking at me, or can you please take this down because I'm being investigated. So when we come, we want to talk about music.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't give a fuck about your career, how can we?
Exactly.
So, those be the hardest interviews, when a nigga come in thinking that this is what he really want to do, but he's just, it's for play. Because it's like, you don't really want to do it, because if you wanted to do it, you would take this more seriously. Not only are you wasting your time, but you're wasting our time. And our time is multiplied by 5.
Exactly.
Because 5 niggas have showed up to give you their time, and you came up here
playing.
And you up here playing.
I will say, they weren't there for this, but man, I did interview a nigga, man. His name was Texas T. I'm gonna throw it out there. His name was Texas T. He was a ventriloquist who had a puppet who rapped.
Oh wow! How interesting!
How did we miss that?
Yeah, my nigga. Hey, Punkin, I'm gonna send this to you so you can see this interview. But it was weird because as I'm interviewing him, he was like, the pumpkin was his own entity. So as I asked the artist questions, he was like, okay, then you have to ask my puppet questions. So I'm like, fuck it, okay, I roll with it. I'm asking the puppet question. Listen, it's the most crazy shit. Never seen the light of day. Never seen the light of day.
Why didn't it?
Nigga, it will never see the light of day.
Man, drop that shit
I will send it to you for you to watch it, and I will give you some exclusive content.
We've had some niggas do some wild shit.
If your followers want to pull it up, go to Pumpkin, subscribe to Pumpkin. I'm gonna give it to her specifically, exclusively, and y'all can go watch that crazy ass interview on her channel. It would never be on RealLyfeStreetStarz.
Wow, that seems.
I wish
weird.
I would. I
wish I was there.
Fuck. How did I miss that?
Seems like a lot. Do y'all ever run into issues where there's just like a lot of people who always just want to be around y'all, or like just a lot of people just like laying around with just really no purpose, but just be around? You try to give them like duties or a job, and it's just like they don't have any motivation to do anything.
We have a whole studio that's open 24 hours. That should let you know.
So that's why I wanted to ask that. So when I came there, I just seen so many extra people, and I'm just like, why are these extra people here?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah. Why?
How do you deal with that? Knowing that this is like your business, something that like you all have invested in. How do you deal with all these extra people just being around for no reason?
Can I be candid?
Go ahead.
Be as candid as can be.
We done had niggas that lived there.
I've heard.
And you walking that bitch like, nigga, are you living?
Nigga washing bird baths in the bathroom.
Bird baths.
It's like,
but
we was young.
Not even young. When you see a nigga that you grew up with or people that you have love for, and you don't want to see them hurting or out there struggling, shit, if you got it, you give it to them. And Real Life Street Stars has always been about helping your fellow brother. And that's what I mean, it don't matter. Like, we gonna give you something to do. And even if you don't do it when we give it to you, we gonna give you a couple of weeks to figure it out. But that's how much love we have for not only people that we know, but people that people period, that if we see potential in you, you can come and get not do whatever, because we don't allow to do whatever.
Yeah, we try.
But we definitely don't allow to do whatever. But we want to give everybody a chance, because it's like we done already been through all the shit. Like we've been in the trenches. We was in the trenches. Like, and if we can keep one person from going through the trenches the way we went through it, then we gonna do that.
Yeah, mind you, our business is right. You know what I'm saying? Real Life Productions is an LLC, but I would always have
copywriting,
everything.
So pussy ass nigga, if you try it,
don't try it.
But
we always want to try to get to the point of being like a nonprofit. You know what I'm saying? To help young kids off the streets to do this stuff we do, to record, learn how to engineer, not just be an artist, but learn how to do the background behind recording artists. To not just be the star in a video, but learn how to shoot a video. To not just be the nigga that's turned up, but learn how to edit and turn a nigga up. You know what I'm saying? So we would love to one day turn our business into a nonprofit to where we can help kids in North Dallas off the street, because we're born in this, and we were young when we met each other, and it's like we seen niggas who were lost.
Yeah.
Not have any guidance as far as what to do. So that will always be a goal. Anything we do going forward is going to be going bigger and better. You've been to our spot. It's a pretty spacious spot.
Very.
We trying to go bigger.
Yeah.
We got to go.
And this spot right here is like.
Yeah, we looking around like yeah, we might need to come.
I don't know if y'all been to the motherfucking pumpkin show. But she ain't slouching.
We trying to compete with pumpkin.
Yeah, shit.
Ain't no
You gave
competition.
it's definitely some competition, and you look better than us.
No, okay.
It's our turn for the interview, because I didn't get to interview.
Go for it.
Joker did, so
I know.
We have a special segment where we like to ask the pretty young ladies who come on our show, does a regular nigga have a chance?
Explain regular nigga.
But no. I want to do something a little different.
Oh, I might need a shot.
Yeah, pull it out. Yeah,
anybody else need one with me?
I do. Yeah.
Top me off.
Top me.
You go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm asking, do a Real Life Street Star have a chance? Mind you, every member of the Real Life Street Star is married, but me. So
married? I would have had no idea.
Nah, everybody is
That's why y'all heads on right.
Yeah.
Spoken for.
Yeah, it's spoken for, except me. So this shot is to us. Oh, you got a little boat?
We still over here babysitting.
Hey, y'all gonna see me take a shot before this night over with. I'm gonna kill it off. I'm gonna kill it off.
Since the show started. Oh, it's no more.
And I'm not gonna make you answer on camera, because I'm not that guy. So, but we're gonna talk right after this.
So with me, basically, I'm just out here. I don't have any kids. I'm just like, an educated person chasing my dream. I don't let any man get in the way of chasing the dream.
As you shouldn't.
But I do think it would be nice to be able to be with people who have the same type of dreams and motivations and goals as me, which is very hard to find. With a black man in Dallas. And let me remind you, I'm new to Dallas. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, which is even worse when finding
murder camp.
when even finding people who are trying to do anything. So that's just where I'm
a
at.
regular nigga does not have a chance. That means because if a nigga worked at
it depends on what regular is, because we all reaching that age where we about to be 30. I don't know about everybody. I don't know if I want to show my age.
Oh, you don't look a day over 25.
Okay, good. So I'm 28, just turned 28 in August.
Okay.
But I'm just at a point in life where regular's okay as long as you got a dream, you chasing, you got a goal, and you getting paid. That's how I look at people. I try to look at people different. I came from nothing. Everything I've learned has been self-taught. Everything I've done has been by myself. So anybody who just like dreams and has goals and ambitions, that's the biggest turn on for me.
Okay, so hey, wait, real quick. When you say you came from nothing, I'm always curious about when someone said they came from nothing. What's the most bottom of bottom you've been?
Okay, so my mom was a single mother of 6 kids, and I was raised in the Butler Projects on the east side of Fort Worth, Texas.
You know what? I'm gonna say some real shit. One time I said, me and this nigga Rook was talking, and this is a funny ass story. That nigga, I told the nigga Rook, nigga, you know I came from nothing, and that nigga said, "What did you tell me when I said I came from nothing?"
Oh, you talking about because you had on? No,
Yeah.
It was something about you was complaining about something. I was
Right.
like, nigga, what the fuck are you complaining about? And I was like, look at your shoes.
Like, I told the nigga I came from nothing. This nigga said, "Look at you right now." Like,
that nigga, he had some designer shoes. Shut that shit up.
Nah, for real.
Humble yourself, young king.
But so I wanted to let everybody know what that is like. Even if you came from nothing, if you had life and you had love, somebody who gave a fuck about you, even if it was one person, then you had it all.
Nah, six brothers, sisters, whatever.
What, nigga, what? Y'all was rich.
Yeah,
Doing more media events for the city. So like more for kids, maybe going to go speak to schools and basically tell them that there's around media, because I know coming up there was nothing that told me that I can ever pick up a camera and do anything in media or anything that leaning towards that. So with you all's platform, do you feel like it's your responsibility to give back and to spread the type of knowledge that you all have been able to learn throughout these, 10 to 13 years that you've been doing this?
Rook, what do you feel?
No, it's definitely our responsibility. Definitely.
And it's our responsibility because we came from those trenches and we were those kids, and we had less than, and we only thought our options were sports or rapping or drugs, and it's really not. It's not like that anymore. You can be whatever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And even though we are getting killed systematically, even though, we have so many obstacles in front of us as black men and black women, we have all the power.
Yeah. Y'all got a lot. Y'all got
that goes
LLCs.
No. And I want to even go even deeper, because you're high yellow, you talking to three dark skinned niggas, but we are the same.
Exactly the same.
There's nothing that's different between us. The shade is different, but our blood is the same. Your brother and your sister, it doesn't matter how they look. That's your brother and your sister. We all have the same power. We all have the same ability. We just don't have the outlets. We just don't have the connections, because we so distraught and we're so disconnected with each other that we're afraid to share the power with our brother and our sister. But we all have the same abilities. And once we realize that we can plug in with each other, we'll have whatever. So whatever real life can do to make sure that another brother or sister has that power, we gonna do that.
For like example, we like hire people. Like we intern
anybody.
You can come get a job at the studio. You can come help out. You can help shoot videos.
And Rook will hire. Rook will give anyone a shot.
Anyone a chance.
Do y'all hear that? Literally, all y'all college kids who need y'all little credit, your little intern credit, any of these high school kids that's big in media, I mean, there's literally places in Dallas who will literally help you all.
There's a quote, and the quote says, "Be the person that you needed when you were young."
For sure.
So that's the quote I try to live by.
Yeah, that's a great quote to live by.
Listen, let's break it all the way down real quick, man. The black community, we're like 170 years removed from slavery. We're only like about 50 or 60 years removed from being able to vote and, women's rights and, things like that from the 1960s. You're looking at, three young men who, have a 6-figure business, who built it from the ground up, and it's like for us to keep that knowledge to ourselves of how a young kid who may say, man, I want to go to college. Should I go to college? Like, yeah, you should, as far as if you have a dream of doing something that college could teach you.
For sure.
But if you have something that even, the way the system is built for you to get an education through college, but technically there's other routes as well.
You don't need it.
You just need the knowledge.
I'm gonna say some real shit, and I usually don't say this because I don't want to deter anybody from gaining knowledge.
For sure.
I went to college. I graduated with a bachelor's in science and network management. I have a college degree. It does nothing for me. It does not serve me.
Me neither. I can say the same thing.
college expanded my mind. It broadened my horizons. The people I met, the things I've learned from college is what made college worth it, not the actual education. So
Right.
if you can get that, if you are, because my mind was very closed before
For sure.
I went to college. I only thought one way.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to college, I saw a different way. And we have to learn how to show our youth that.
Mm-hmm.
Another, we have to open their minds, because what they teach you in college and what you're going to actually use is
Very little.
Yeah, yeah.
minuscule.
It's the same
It's the
why,
experience.
like high
Right.
school. You know, the
It's
stuff
high
you learn in
school.
high school, you definitely don't need in the real world. And I can definitely agree, especially in the industry that we're trying to pursue. You definitely don't need a college degree. I do always encourage people to go to college, but I think my experience was different. I don't know if you went to a HBCU, but just going to a HBCU and seeing the Black power that we have, and just seeing Black successful people every day is what really pushed my needle to be like, I can do this.
Where we could say, you don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
All we need is you to have this type of knowledge and this type of grind and hustle.
Y'all wouldn't even know the type of advocate I am behind that type of stuff.
Because
day.
the realest shit is, you can go. You can do all that college shit with our skin color and go in, and you're not qualified.
Exactly.
But because I work for an individual who has a high school diploma and 30 years experience.
Yeah.
And I've done more work than him collegiately. But because he is,
for sure, white,
he does it, he's over me.
Yeah.
So in that space, it's like, we have to get to a point to where you went to an institution, you got the knowledge you needed to get. Now we're going to give you an opportunity. And once we can get to that place, then our youth will grow. They won't look to drugs. They won't look to sports. They won't look to rap. They'll just be like, all I need is knowledge and wisdom. And that's what wisdom is knowledge applied.
Yes.
And once they have that, then we'll grow as a people.
Yes. Let's give it up for these
facts,
Black men in
facts.
here today speaking his knowledge.
Listen.
This is beautiful. Y'all don't even know. If y'all knew the type of person I was outside of all this, I'm like the most strongest. T done been here after hours where I'm sitting here debating all day about just for me to transition from being around Black people my entire life, even throughout college, and then out of nowhere you're just this adult and you have to deal with white people in corporate America and fit into their boxes and not be yourself. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day.
Unless you live in Atlanta.
Right.
Unless you're in
Wakanda.
Unless you're in Atlanta where it's filled with Black people. And they probably still have their own struggles there as well. But that is definitely something we will speak on outside the camera. I think it's very important for us as media individuals to get out there, get back into the schools, get into the world, and just what you all have been able to accomplish is something that people need to hear, because it's very motivating, and it would get people who are just like you, have the same background, have all the commonality that you all have had, and it will make them want to do more, and all the stuff that people tell them that they won't be successful in, they can be successful in, because you all are you're the face of that. You can't be successful in Dallas and not leave Dallas. You don't have to go to Cali, okay, or New York or whatever. But I do want to thank y'all. I know we got off a topic with a lot of things today, but it was very good. It was very educational, and it was very good. We needed this.
This volume 1 right here.
Amen. Right,
for sure. I'm like, we got a whole podcast going on right now. But I do want people to know, if they cannot find you all, where would they find y'all? But before that, I always want to ask people, where do they call this chapter right now in their life? Like, what would you call this chapter in your life? And y'all can answer individually. But with everything that you've been through in real life, everything that y'all have experienced, all the ups and downs, the growth, what would you call this chapter of your life right now?
Chapter 35.
Your age?
Yeah.
What would this year bring to you? Like, what's something that you're open to
I ain't gonna
receiving?
lie, this year was very punishing.
Punishing? What, because of COVID?
Not even that, because it's like a lot of people who don't know, and I don't believe in a lot of what would you call it? I don't believe in a lot of folklore or shit like that. But this is, I looked it up. This is the year of the rat. In Chinese New Year, this is the year of the rat. So it's been a lot of rat shit going on.
Unfortunately.
And it's been a lot of death. It's been a lot of poverty. It's been a lot of shit that we don't regularly see in a year. And this year has taken a lot from me, but it's also given me a lot of growth. I have brothers who my brothers at this table have supported me tremendously. And I grow tremendously every day because I have brothers who actually care about me and want to see me do well. So if this year has been something that revealed a lot of things to me that I didn't know the year before. So I mean, it's been a great year, but it hasn't been that way for a lot of people, and I understand that. But if you're strong, like the race goes to not the swift or the strong, but those who can endure. And if you have the endurance, you're gonna see your way to the next year.
I know
And then
that's
you're at that
right. What would you call this chapter of your life?
Before I say what I would call it,
that nigga balling. Man, swear to God.
Hey, if Jeff was here,
he'll
say we're on that fuck shit all 2020.
All 2020.
Oh.
But Jeff's not here.
I
would call this chapter for me myself the rebirth. You know what I'm saying? One of those like allow me to reintroduce myself. Our name is Real Life, all that shit. Because honestly, what it is we were at a spot. COVID happened, and we came up in COVID.
That's good.
We didn't falter. We looked at the scenario like, hey, how do we want to strategize? How do we want to mobilize? How do we want to initiate going forward? And we came up as a team, as a unit.
Yeah. Niggas, we ain't changed shit during COVID.
Yeah, we
ain't
changed
so
shit.
Good.
And it's crazy because it's like what's coming in 2021. It's like, my nigga, like we gonna be so turned up. We laid so many seeds that it's like it's gonna be crazy. So this is a rebirth, man, for Real Life Street Stars. So that's what I'm gonna call it, a rebirth, rise of the Phoenix, Real Life Street Stars. You already know what the fuck going on.
And what would you call this chapter in your life?
That nigga been balling all year. I swear on Jesus.
This nigga found himself.
I swear.
Outside.
I swear. Every time I talk to him, his life gets better and better.
This nigga found himself.
This is what I'm gonna say chapter 2. I'm legit.
Yeah, legit. Legit balling.
Right.
Legit balling.
If you know what this nigga came from, if you know what this nigga been through.
But hey, this is chapter 2 of book 5.
He should write a book.
Shit,
man. My nigga Rook been through some
hey,
shit.
man.
Rook,
I think be here right
people really. I mean, I would love to, speak with you outside of everything that's going on, but it seems like people really cling on to you and learn so much.
You could do an interview with just Rook. Real shit.
Yeah, I just been through a lot of shit, and I just, I just seen the game from both sides. So
you got a lot.
Just getting in the mud. Doing whatever, what I'm saying, just to survive. Then coming up in the game, and having to come down.
Yes.
And come up again.
Up and down.
The best way,
Man, so I'm sure you learned a lot through that whole progress.
Hell yeah.
Struggle brings character.
And we talking about individual and Rook, you know what I'm saying? I give Rook a lot of praise because this is a nigga who makes sure that him and Jeff, these are individuals that make sure you're going to have what you need.
That's what's
at
up.
all times. I have an Amex card in my pocket right now.
Okay.
And I called it, hold on. I call these niggas the 3-headed dragons. Joker. That's the Patron. That's definitely the Patron. Hey, she been pouring Patron down our throats. Not Jacker.
Don't blame it on me.
Rook and Jeff have made sure that I don't need for shit.
Oh my nigga, the shit that's coming.
Y'all keep doing this. Y'all don't understand how big that. I mean, it's so good to just hear like a group of black men be able to come together and build something that's so big, and for it to like grow to be what it is today. Yeah. So just keep doing what y'all doing. There's definitely people who's watching. If y'all don't get enough praise every day, let me praise y'all again.
We got a garden.
Oh, hey, no. Special shout out to you because this is a queen right here, and I don't know if everybody's familiar with her. I don't know, but
for real,
Miss Pumpkin has been on her grind. This is the Pumpkin Show.
My God.
Definitely.
And If y'all ain't tuned
We're
in, y'all need to
privileged.
get tuned
Yeah,
in.
we're
We're privileged.
We're privileged.
I don't
Whatever, I'm
we don't
privileged.
do interviews.
Right.
We don't do too many.
This nigga definitely don't do. This nigga
This is
definitely
first
don't
to, like,
come and do
This
no
is his
interviews.
one annual interview he did.
This is the.
I'm glad you came.
We definitely do not do interviews. We don't talk to nobody because we don't talk.
There you go.
We straight action.
I like to see that y'all talk because I want y'all to show that it's possible. I wanted to see who's behind the mastermind of this big brand that has grown and become what it is. So I wanted to be able to put y'all on the show to be able to show people it's possible. If you have a dream, it's possible. If you have a thought, go for it. If you have a team that's building you up, stick with it. You know, it's good to have mentors. It's good to have people who's been through things, who can teach you things, who just learn and take information to be receptive. I know a lot of people in the Black community feel like they don't need no one. They don't need to learn anything. They've handled everything their whole life by themselves. Why do they need someone now? It's definitely good to build teams and to get together. And what you all have progress and become it's everything. So
can we talk about my dream real quick?
Talk about your dream.
My dream is to have a strong Black woman with her own podcast.
Hopefully light skin.
Hopefully light skin.
Here we go.
With crib blue hair.
Lighter, the fairer skin.
With crib blue hair. You know what I'm
Y'all are crazy. This has been a great show.
Yes.
How can people find y'all if they don't already know?
Real Life Street Stars, first and foremost, at Real Life Street Stars, LYFE with a Z at the end. Real Life Street Stars.
Don't be sending no weird shit through.
Don't send no weird shit through.
Don't send. Please do not send no.
Call us,
please.
There's other imitators out there that ain't us. Real Life Productions at Real Life Productions. Everything.
And don't send nothing if we ain't talk to you.
Now, facts.
Doing that.
Rook, Bass, Joker, Jeff, Charlie Mo. You ain't talking to them.
Hey, quit trying to hack our Instagram. We too smart for that.
Facts. So at Real Life Street Stars, at Real Life Productions, and that's across the board. Just Google it.
Google it, baby.
And then you'll get Real Life Rook, Real Life Jeff, Real Life Fast, Real Life Rook. Real Life Jeff, Charlie Mo. You'll get out. You got all of us.
Yeah.
Y'all,
and we stand up niggas.
Definitely. This has been a great interview. I feel like the people who have tuned in will definitely learn a lot from this interview. Thank y'all once again for coming on to the show. Is there anything else y'all like to add before we
go vote?
Go
vote.
Go vote. I don't
even if it's just show you vote. Even if it's go live and say I voted. Go vote.
Go vote.
Hey, cause it's real.
Crazy. It's looking
it's
crazy.
Real. Go vote.
And shout out to T because he's the only one with a mask.
Shout out to T, man. We're gonna do some business with T. If y'all
Terrence always.
Terrence don't be in front of the camera. Nigga, he coming to Real Life.
Yeah,
get in front of the camera,
shit,
man.
Cause look,
because we want the niggas moving behind the scenes.
Yeah,
that's what we want.
And he's very professional. He got a mask on. Like
Terrence
none of us we didn't even bring a mask
dude.
in this bit, and he got his mask on.
That's anti-future.
Yeah, he already knowing.
Terrence is that dude. Thank y'all so much for coming and just dropping all these gems and giving us so much knowledge and all this Black power and all these Black men doing so many things in Dallas. I appreciate y'all so much. Keep doing what y'all doing. People are watching. And I still need to refer to y'all interviews so I know when I'm interviewing folks how they gonna react to me. So keep
what's coming up next?
My interview, of course, on
Real Life Street Stars and Pumpkin.
You go.
It's gonna be
the
collaboration is coming.
We are coming to give Dallas what they need on its media side. So thank y'all once again. Make sure y'all go follow Real Life Street Stars, Real Life Production. Go subscribe to their YouTube channel. Go run my shit up.
Hey, for real. Ladies,
run that shit up. We talking about some good topics. There's some good things going on here. So I will be back next Thursday, as always, with another dope interview. And thank you, everybody who tuned in. I love y'all. Bye.
Salute.